Hi, Hajime. Okay, well, so far it doesn't look like it's broken. Hopefully it doesn't corrupt like it did last time. Because I really don't want to, I don't even know how I fixed it the other time. I think I deleted like every folder or something like that. And then I had to replay through the entire game. You have to get rid of your saves too, I think. So hopefully it doesn't corrupt again. Because that'll be pretty lame otherwise. But anyway, this is day 3, I think. Probably only gonna do like an hour. Or like 1 day's worth. Since I only got to do 1 day's worth on Friday when my game got corrupted. So we'll see how long it takes, but probably like an hour at least for a stream. But yeah, hey Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hee hee hee. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Yeah, that's so. Well, it's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? Ooh, I've got some exciting news. Yeah, what's up? Did you know the student store now sells that new brand of strawberry milk now? I saw it when I passed by on my way here. I should have known better than to expect actual news from Sayori. Yeah, I don't think I've tried that yet. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. What? But it usually goes great with melon bread. Who the fuck eats melon bread? What even is melon bread? I've never heard of that in my life. Melon bread? What the fuck? There, you could eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough. Hey, that's an exaggeration. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. The milk is sweet, it still has that unique tart strawberry flavor that's seized by the richness of the milk. And when you pair it with that fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more so. It has just the right amount of flavor. Yeah, when did you become Gordon Ramsay? Huh, I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. Yeah, I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food all that well, or that well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm a meanie for giving her a compliment. That's fucked up. Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Yeah, now that you mention it, maybe a little. Great, let's go to the student store and buy snacks together then. Nah, now I see what she's playing at. I raise an eyebrow and Sayori notices. Hee hee hee, Hajime? Why are you looking at me like that? Well, Sayori, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. And you just want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that. You know, really? Let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse? Let's see it. Sayori laughs awkwardly as she pulls out her purse. She opens with it. She opens with it? Wait, what? She opens with it? She opens it and dumps its contents on the desk, or onto the desk. 2 small coins fall out. Tisk, tisk, tisk. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sayori not pulled it on me numerous times when we were younger. The amount of times she managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. And I guess some things never change. Yeah, nice try, Sayori. No fair, how'd you know? Now, wouldn't you like to know, fairy boy? Let's just call it intuition. In response, she sticks out her tongue at me. Typical. Ahaha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice she was eavesdropping. Looking over in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of her book. Ah. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri. Oh, Jimmy, let me borrow some money. That's none of my business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Wow, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Sayori after all. I didn't mean that. That came out harsher than I intended. Sorry, well, Yuri blushes in embarrassment, looking away from us while playing with a strand of her hair. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. It looks like she still might be ashamed of how she acted yesterday. Hee hee hee. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think that after. You were right though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Yeah, funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way though. Yuri lets out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Ah, is this mischievous behavior something Sayori used to display as a child then? Yeah, although back then I fell for her time and time again. You wouldn't believe how much candy Sayori managed to con me out of. What? Don't make me out to be so sneaky, Hajime. Although those candies were so good. I'm surprised Sayori coming from you. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Hee. What's going on here? No, nothing much. Sure, it's just about... We're just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she tried to trick me into buying her snacks. Hey, that's not true. Monica smiles wryly and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Yeah, you'd be right to assume so. We all share a little chuckle like that. Well, everyone except for Sayori. Hey, you guys are being really mean. Yeah, whatever, we're sorry. But you did bring this upon yourself. Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I really was hungry. Well, Natsuki chimes in. You're really that hungry? You can have this if you want. She offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori immediately snatches it out of her hands. Thank you. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Ha! You went through a lot over just one cookie. Sayori, or Natsuki, takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehehe. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. That's her cookie's still in hand. Natsuki reaches up and then Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Ooh hoo. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri, Monica, and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori to quit taking my stuff? Sayori, you know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayori. I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but it was so good. Hey, everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica. Or wait, these things happen a lot, Monica? A little too much, to be honest, haha. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, not stealing food. Oh, calm down, it's no big deal. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Sayori has already managed to finish the entire cookie. Holy shit. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet. And Yuri's already lost in her book. So, you ready? Huh? Oh yeah. I wasn't expecting Natsuki to want to start reading so quickly. Not that I wasn't, looking forward to it or anything. Well, let's get going. Alright, I'll follow you. Natsuki excitedly walks over to the closet as I trail behind. You're gonna like this volume, Hajime. Oh, that overarching plot you've been finally waiting for. Monica? Or what's wrong? I glance into the inside the closet and immediately noticed the problem. All of Natsuki's boxes are sitting on the top shelf. Did you move all my stuff again? About that. The teacher got mad because of how much room your stuff was taking up and moved it around. I was gonna try and put it back, but I didn't have enough time this morning. Sorry. That's just great. Natsuki attempts to reach the top of the shelf. Little success. She moves around some of the school supplies on the lower shelves to make room. There, that's plenty of room. I'm moving these back down. I noticed a collapsible stool hanging on the side of the closet wall. Here, use this. Take the stool off the wall and hand it to Natsuki, who quickly props it up and hops on. The stool is just barely high enough to allow Natsuki to retrieve one of her boxes. She uses her fingertips to pinch the box towards the edge of the shelf. Once she gets a good grip on it, she quickly hops off the stool. See? Easy. Natsuki holds the box up triumphantly before placing it on one of the lower shelves. You want me to get the rest of them? I can handle it myself. I just need something taller. Natsuki pokes her head out of the closet and scans the room. All the chairs are attached to the desk, so it's possible to get them in the closet. Aha! She goes for the teacher's desk and retrieves the computer chair sitting behind it. Now watch as she wheels it into the closet and proudly hops on. If it's one of those like computer chairs, that means it's gonna like turn around and stuff, so she's probably gonna fall. Told you I didn't need your help. I'm perfectly capable doing this on my own. Whoop. Since the computer chair is on wheels, it swivels from side to side as Natsuki stands on it. Steady. Natsuki clearly doesn't want any help, so I just idle in the doorway of the closet and watch. She shakily grabs boxes and places them on the lower shelves. Ah, here it is. Natsuki pulls the Parfait Girl's box set off the shelf. She then opens the box and digs around in it with one and while... Wait. She digs around in it with one and while holding the box with the other. Whoa. Suddenly the chair starts to give out under Natsuki's feet. Kia. I don't know if that's... I don't know about that. Kia, that's... I don't know, like random. I rush over to Natsuki, place my hands on the back of the chair, and prop my foot under one of the wheels. Luckily, I managed to steady the chair and prevent Natsuki from falling off. The manga, on the other hand... Ah, the box! I feel books shower down on my head and my back. The hardcover is leaving a painful bruise. Natsuki quickly jumps off the chair. God, look what you did, idiot. What I did? You made me drop the books everywhere. You would have fallen off the chair if I didn't save you. That would have been fine. Natsuki turns back to the closet, as if reflecting on the events that just occurred. When she turns back, she lowers her head. Okay. Maybe you did help, you know, me from falling. So, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Now we should, you know, probably clean this up. We both get on our knees and begin cleaning up the spilled manga novels. Luckily, none of them got damaged on the fall. There are only around 15 or so books, so we finish up pretty quickly. Once everything is back in the box, Natsuki puts the box back on the shelf, but not before I snag the second volume. Still want to read. I hold up the book. The expression Natsuki makes is priceless and I can't help but smile. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with this manga. Natsuki was right. It's really good. Or it gets really good in the second volume. I was right, wasn't I? Yeah, that was pretty good. Told you so. Okay, everyone. It's time to share poems again. I guess we'll read some more later. Sound like you're excited. I am. I give Natsuki a wave before heading back into my seat and grabbing my poem. Obviously, we gotta show Natsuki again because we're already making the moves. Natsuki reads my poem. By now, yeah, do I've read it at least twice. Is everything alright? Huh? Oh yeah. Natsuki looks down at my poem. It's good. Okay, really good. There, I said it. And what's the problem? This wasn't how it was supposed to go. I was supposed to be the pro, you were supposed to write like me. Instead you just... Natsuki's voice trails off. Natsuki, I do write like you though. Huh? My style is heavily influenced by yours. Did you not notice that before? Natsuki reads my poems once more. Her face turns completely red as she reads, and once she finishes, she looks down at the floor. Natsuki, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. Not only is your poetry really good, you also fight against the trend of normal poetry, and you fight hard. That alone is pretty cool. But don't sell yourself short. You are the pro. I'm just trying to live up to your skill level. Yeah, and I'm like sweet talking her so fucking easy. She doesn't even realize. Natsuki takes a moment to digest what I just said. Really? Really? Thanks. Yeah, it's whatevs though, you know what I'm saying? Now let's see your poem. Yeah, sure. I don't get it. I don't get why people will hate on good rhymes. They act like it's dumb and a waste of their time. I don't diss their free verse or deep subject types. Be dark all you want, just keep it in your gripes. Oh sure, you can tell me if you have a problem. Just keep it constructive and things will be awesome. So she's talking about Yuri, I think. I'd like you to know that our readers will differ. There is no best style, you smuggled glue sniffer. What the fuck? Okay, she's kinda... You better not try this to Yuri, Yuri's gonna get mad. My poems may be simple and often straightforward, but charm can be found in such whimsy and order. Not all poems can be as complex as you'd like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. Dude, she's like 100% just talking about Yuri, like what the fuck? She's not even trying to make it subtle. What about kids? Or the elderly too? Some read for fun, I guess, unlike you. Let us just go and enjoy what is written. You won't like it at all. That much is given. But give things a chance, you might find something nice. Just open your mind and that will suffice. Yeah, she's like 100% talking about Yuri. That's gonna make her mad again. So, what do you think? I mean, it's, you know, well written, at least. I'm not sure how I should confront Natsuki about this. But to say that she still holds a grudge from yesterday would be a bit of an understatement. Yeah, hopefully Yuri doesn't see this poem. Well, that's a given. But yeah, you could say that I was inspired. If I really could to pound out these lines. Who the fuck says that? Pound out these lines. Like, who the fuck? Natsuki, what are you talking about? Poetry is an amazing emotional outlet, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait to show Yuri this poem. Yeah, can you not do that? Yeah, wait, hold on. What? Natsuki, do you really think that showing this poem to her is a good idea? You're really going to go out of the throat with this? Don't you think that you should work out your issues with her? Yeah, well, she never tries to see things my way. Why should I? I think that's the wrong way to go about this. Like, you're just gonna make her really fucking mad. Relationships are a two-way street, but both people have to work to make things right. Why don't you try being the bigger person and just talk to her first? But I already know that she's not gonna try. She's just always so preoccupied with looking complicated and smart. It's clear to me that she doesn't even care if anyone can understand her. Including me. You can't understand her if you don't even try. You might speak using a more complex vocabulary, and she might have her mannerisms that might seem strange to you. But from what I've seen from both of you, she's more similar to you than you might think. Huh? That's... Aren't you judging a book by its cover right now, Natsuki? Aren't you? Well, whatever. Can't hold this grudge forever, you know? At least think of Monica and Sayori. Fine, I won't show my poem to Yuri. You happy? Well, I'll be happy until you talk to her. She's not going to buy Natsuki. Alright, I get it. I'll try to talk to her sometime. Thanks. You're gonna do the club proud. Yeah, should it. But you know, I'm glad that we share a similar writing style at least. It's cool to talk to someone who, well, gets me. I've been enjoying sharing with you. So consider yourself lucky. Damn, I have it wrapped around my fucking pinky, or whatever the fuck the saying is. I got it wrapped around my finger, or whatever the saying is. Alright, I will. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Same here. Show Sayori. Ooh. I really like this one, Hajime. Better than yesterday's, huh? Let me think. Nah, I don't know. I guess I like them both. Hehe. Yeah, that's not really helpful, you know. Sorry. I'm probably not the best person to get feedback from. Monica once told me it's impossible to really rate a poem because they're so subjective. I just judge poems through my heart. I guess I look for how the poem makes me feel. I hope that helps. Sort of. I guess some feedback is better than no feedback, right? Right. Speaking of feedback, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. What? It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friend, one or more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo. Inside my head. Sayori? Wow, Sayori. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday? Well, here it is. After all, Monica's taught me a lot. Quick pause. I hope I hope this game doesn't actually get scary. Like, well, I mean, no spoilers, but like, hopefully this game doesn't have a twist like the base game is all I'm saying. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. So that's what the poem's about. I suppose that much was obvious, unlike yours or Monica's poems. Sarah's are relatively simple to figure out. So if I've interpreted this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy? Yay, you got it. I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out onto paper, turning them into a poem, it's like magic. Well, I think it's amazing. You should be really proud of it. Thank you, Hajime. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good though. Nah, seriously, it's really good. And I've been noticed that the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. In fact, it's somewhat alarming. A very dark contrast from the cheerfulness, or the cheeriness I'm used to with Sayori. So, maybe I'm, looking into this a little too much. But, yeah, the end of the poem is pretty dark. And he said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking, is everything okay? Of course, silly. I forgot to tell you I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Well, either way, I'm glad you're really enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have Avi. Of course, and hopefully you'll stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantee there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Let's go with Mario. I'm like switching the order up today, but I don't really think it matters because I'm only going for Natsuki anyway. Hi again, Hajime. I'm trusting the club's been doing you well. Yeah, same answer as yesterday. Hee, that's very nice to hear. Oh, how's the writing going? Yeah, it's alright, I guess. Just alright? No, I mean... Well, I guess I should say that's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless... life. Well, wait, what the fuck? Well, I say that, but club, not the poetry, really has made my... Man, why is this so hard to read? Well... There's like so many commas. Really has made my days more interesting. Okay. Can it with the sarcasm, mister. At least you're not hating it though, right? No, it's been an interesting experience at least. Me and you hobby to do. I'm happy that you're employing yourself at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. I can see that you put in some good effort here. You wrote it in the same style as yesterday, huh? Yeah, I guess so. No need to look nervous, I was just saying. Natsuki must have rubbed off on you. I mean, it's only natural that somebody's writing style would rub off on me. Given I've been spending time with you, or spend time with all you more experienced writers. That does make sense. But I wouldn't want you to feel forced to imitate everyone's writing style just to pander to us either. But just write however you want. Anyway, Natsuki's poems are cute because they tend to put on an emphasis on meter, rhyme scheme, and simple, straightforward words. These all contribute to giving her poetry a more sing-song quality. You could say that her poems become almost musical with their inherent beats. Of course, the words she uses are usually just plain cute as well. This is all just to say that your poetry has the same qualities. Yeah, I guess I do some of that stuff. I just like playing around with the syllables and trying to get my poems to flow. That's definitely one of the main differences between poetry and prose. In poetry, you're able to change up how you want words to be said and even perceived. Speaking of flow, have you ever noticed that rap is kind of like another form of poetry? I never thought about it that way. But yeah, I guess song lyrics are just another form of poetry. Especially rap, since they need to focus on wordplay and fitting lines to rhythms. Actually, you say hate rap. Well, I don't think that's too uncommon sentiment. Yeah. Fortunately, some of my friends got me into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Might sound silly, but I kinda wish I had a rapper in the literature club. What? I just think it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. Find any rappers, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, you want to show me your poem now? I think it's about time we let your poem shine. Sure thing, Hajime. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Pressurized. I float there, in vast, hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose and overwhelming, yet a dust, mote, drifting, meandering, carried along an endless void. But then I realize, my eyes open, bloodshot, my mouth open, gasping for breath, in this crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Atmosphere, Pascal, pour, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelenting, clawing with no nails, disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. Wow. Truly. Truly. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really, free form. Ooh, that's what you want to call it. I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls, you know, they don't really do stuff nearly as much as you do, at least. Yeah, you could say that. They're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with the space on my paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise, fragments everything, and leaves a dissonant tone to the reader. And I see. It's that there's a lot of things you can do with poetry. Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. Meant to craft poems using never before seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. Yeah, you really love poetry, huh? Maybe we should write a poem about poetry someday. That's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's so hard for me to tell what your poem's about. Sometimes asking what a poem isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. But putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. If you're ever too shy to share your poem because you're afraid it's not that good, now we've all had to experience that at this point with the poetry discussions and all. But it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. Find other people who enjoy writing though, and sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing isn't good, or okay or bad, I want to focus on more on everything that went into it, and things you can work on. Much more encouraging that way. It'll make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it definitely is more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. Guess I've really hit the mother load with the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, Yuri, next. I'm really sorry if I've offended you. Huh? I said that Natsuki's writing style wasn't the best, but it seems like you prefer that style to mine. Oh, no way. I was saying that your writing style is bad as well. Sure, that's, you know, a bit of a stretch, but I hope you can forgive me. Yuri, it's okay to have an opinion. That doesn't make you evil or anything. Like, dude, chill out. I should have known this would happen. If I try to prepare my words, I just sound awkward and weird. But if I just try to speak my mind and calm them off, it's unfiltered and people dislike me anyway. So, please don't force yourself to be around me. I don't know. This is what Monica wants. It's clear that you'd be happy if you spend more time around the others. Yuri? Please. You don't have to pity me, it's okay. Besides, I have my books with me. Well, never about it, man. She's kind of on some shit. Jeez, or leave me alone. They're all I've ever needed anyway. Here shows me a plaintive smile before turning around and heading back to her own desk. I really didn't mean to upset her, but no matter what I say, she won't listen to me. She really seems to think I hate her, although that couldn't be further from the truth. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. She actually wants to be alone, and I'll have to respect the request and leave her be. Okay, I don't like where this is going. I hope this game doesn't actually have like any twists to it. I hope it's just a dating sim in this version. Cause man, that was not good, like at all. That was a huge red flag right there if I've ever seen one. Hey everybody. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. No, I can feel a storm coming in. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. Oh my god, she better not show her a poem. She's gonna freak out. And considering Natsuki's poem for today, it's no wonder that she doesn't want to share it with Yuri. Judging by Monica and Sayori's anxious expressions, they seem to be thinking along the same lines as I am. I can practically see Natsuki sweating pinballs. Meanwhile, Yuri appears to be blissfully unaware of the situation. I'd convinced Natsuki to reconcile with Yuri, but it seems she sees Natsuki's poem. Well, it was a good run. Oh, Natsuki, if I may. How about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not feeling well. It's my time of the month. I could practically see Monica internally face palming. Natsuki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore. Ah, that's so. I'm sorry, you must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today. You don't need to apologize, it's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow though. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? I wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. I suppose that I wanted to show you I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared, as a way of repenting. I know that it's not much, but hopefully this can contribute to a reconciliation between us. Although we may have had our disagreements, I would like to consider you as a friend. And friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that sounds presumptuous of me to say. No. Not presumptuous of you to say that. Because I like to consider you a friend too. So you can hand over that poem then. The shy smile, that's Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads over the poem, her eyes widen. You're writing using rhyme and stuff like me? You could say that you've convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri, that's awesome. There's really no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you. And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow. Then I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope that you feel better tomorrow as well, so that you could share your work with me then. Yeah, of course. Well, that was a crisis and a half avoided. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri worked things out, and it seems that Monica and Sayori feel the same way. Good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing though, I have something to discuss with you all. This is a great opportunity for expanding the club that's coming up. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Ugh, do we really have to do something? Only in a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good. Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I could design some pamphlets stand out at the event, and Sayori made posters to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're going to be doing at the event. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance. Holy shit, that Doesn't sound good. Oh, what? Monica. Everyone's gonna choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into the recitation. Although, of course, it would be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems too. Yeah, I put a thing on the poster that says bring your own poems. It's going to be so cool. Sayori pulls out a poster out of her bag and holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting these posters up already. Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. You never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Yeah, imagining how Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? Yeah, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about this. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think we should try our best. Look around. Monica motions to all of us. We're all here because we have a passion for literature and this club. Don't you want to share that passion within the people? To inspire them to pursue their inner writer? Yeah. It's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun. Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remains silent. I guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. As Monica said, we're all here because we all care about the club and want to see it flourish. And if all that means is a minute or two poetry performance, then I guess we can manage. Sayori and Monica's faces light up as I finish speaking. Hey, isn't it like we don't... Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just... we really have to perform. You know how hard it is for us to get new members? Because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival would be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. Sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. Well, at least Yuri and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes closed as she rubs her temples. Look, guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that, I really do. But to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, and so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if that makes you feel any better, or if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people, they won't judge you for your tastes. I've done that for a few years, trust me. Natsuki huffs, turning around. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club? No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, are you expecting to do it in front of strangers? Monica, there's just gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously at Natsuki's words, anxiety written all over her face. But guys, no, Sayori, it's okay. You guys really think we can do better than a poetry performance, and I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So, any ideas? An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayori finally speaks up. Give me a second. Ooh, we could. Sayori stops and thinks to herself for a moment. Wait, no, never mind. That wouldn't work. Once again, the room falls silent. Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different after all. Monica laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I know you guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please guys, please. Can you stop pressuring us? I'm honestly surprised Natsuki's putting up such a resistance. I knew she was a little ahead, but even still. I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Both of them have raised their voices. Yuri looks a little startled and Sayori looks anxious to intervene. Holy shit, I've never seen Monica get mad before. Ooh, guys, please, there's no need to get angry. We could just discuss this normally. Monica reflects on Sayori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. Yeah, that was a little... Man, I've never seen Monica get mad before, I don't think. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice, it's just... This festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I've always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when Hajime joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. Smiles warmly at me. But look, he's integrating really well. Two faces Natsuki. I mean, you two bonded over manga, right? He asked you for recommendations, and from what I can gather, you both share a common interest. Hey, it's not like we bonded or anything, it was just nice to find someone else who likes manga, that's all. He shoots a look at Yuri. Of course, how silly of me for you guys. Anyway, maybe some of these new members might also be in Omega, or might also be manga enthusiasts, who knows? Surely you'd like to be able to discuss your passion with other people, right? Natsuki shrugs half-heartedly. She likes me. I suppose that'd be cool, yeah. Monica beams. See? That's exactly my mentality. Want to share the things you like with new people. Yeah, I know. Just... Are there really no other ideas? Remember, poetry performance are a pretty big part of this club. We're going to show people what our meetings are really like. We just give out posters or show them our poems in writing only. It wouldn't really be a fair reflection. I think that there's no real way. There's no real way she's going to win this. Natsuki sits back and grumbles something under her breath. Yeah, what about fucking Yuri though? She's probably not gonna agree. So, what do you guys think? For me? For us? Ugh, fine. Still don't think it's a good idea, but fine, I'll do it. Just stop guilt tripping us. Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glances at each of our expectant faces. Monica, what if people start being inconsiderate and disturb us or laugh? I'm not surprised Yuri's worried about this. Oh, don't worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. A stern glint in her eyes and I have to repress a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Yeah, honestly, Monica's kind of scary. When she's not, you know, happy or whatever. Here looks somewhat relieved, but it's still clear that she's still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? And I shake my head. Okay, do it. Yay, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. I know you're gonna do great, Yuri, trust me. But anyway, let's move back on the main event. While we have some time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of the other. Or in front of each other. Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances, but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook, searching for a specific poem. Here we are. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Her eyes move across the page in sync with her lips. Every word has the perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. I'm impressed, and judging by a quick glance around me, so is everyone else. Yuri looks amazed. Yuri has Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Even Atsuki's once sour attitude is replaced by awe. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath, smiles. That was so good, Monica. Ah, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Hey, ready to go next, Sayori? Yep. Sayori jumps up from her chair and takes Monica's place in the front of the room. This poem is called, wow. How did you do this so easily, Monica? Well, try imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. Well, I think I get it. Sayori nods to herself. Anyway, this poem's called My Meadow. Sayori begins reciting her poem. Seems as if her soft voice is a perfect match. As for the poem itself, it has a similar tone when compared to her other ones. Peaceful, yet somber at the same time. Bittersweet, you could call it. And the poem, and Sayori's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Sayori meant when she says she likes my poems. Like seeing a whole new side of someone you thought you knew completely. Sayori finishes, and we all applaud. I did it. Yep, good job. Sayori beams as she walks back to her seat. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki, Yuri, and I all look at each other nervously. I open my mouth, but Yuri beats me to the punch. I'll go. Nice. Thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Yes. Yuri rushes over to the podium, clenching a sheet of paper in her hands. This poem is called... Yuri freezes up as she looks at us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri begins to recite her poem. Her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. Similar to what happened when she got absorbed in her books. The shy and apprehensive Yuri I'm used to is replaced by a fierce and confident woman. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure, with twists and turns every line. But Yuri is unfazed and enunciates every word with perfect timing. Must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around, as if she bewildered even herself. Hi. Monica's the first to start applauding. Sheepishly, I follow along, and soon the club room is filled with the sound of applause. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment, a shy smile creeping over her face. Yuri, that was really good. Like I said, you don't have to do anything, or you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. Guess Yuri's done for the day. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki? Why should I go before Hajime? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Hajime lower everyone's standards before I go. What the fuck, Natsuki? Natsuki? Monica hastens to chastise her, giving me a sympathizing look. That's kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to Hajime. Natsuki's face turns red as the girls all turn to look at her. I decided to spare Natsuki from the embarrassment. Yeah, it's whatever, it's not a big deal. Well, I'm going out at some point anyway, might as well just do it now. Thing is, I don't have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just have to go with the one I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat to myself the advice Monica gave to Sayori. But imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes to mind when I think about being alone. The scene rapidly develops in my head, like I'm recalling a recent memory. Sitting alone at my desk, a dim light hanging from the ceiling gives a warmth to the room. In front of me is the poem I had just finished, bleeding from my pen, still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting it out loud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try and put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing off my bedroom walls. As I finish, the sound of applause pulls me out of my daydream. Back in the club room, standing in front of the podium while the girls politely applaud my performance. That was good, Hajime. Yeah, yes, it was whatevs. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I don't think it's your writing abilities, but rather your lack of confidence that weighs you down. That's something that'll improve over time, though, so don't worry. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Alright then that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. As she says this, Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Stop looking at me. But you're presenting. You have to strain in my soul, though. She takes a moment to compose herself. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. While her voice is unenthusiastic, the poem has a surprising amount of energy in it. The rhymes tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. The words seem to bounce up and down, with the rhythm seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works exceptionally well when read out loud. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back to her seat while we applaud her. That wasn't so bad, was it? She stares at her poem blankly for a second before replying. Easy for you to say. Better not make me do that again. Well, that's what we're gonna be doing for the festival, so you at least feel confident enough to do it in front of a crowd. I guess. Not like there's any other choice. I guess it'll be easier doing it in front of other people. I can just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care about what they think of me. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. But I still hate the idea that we have to perform. Remembers the last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it. I knew Natsuki was stubborn, but there's a whole other level. However, it does look like she's going along with the idea of performing for the festival. Well, at least for now, since she's basically outvoted and can't come up with another idea anyway. Did I just skip? Really, that's a surprise. For me, it's the other way around. Having all those people looking at you and judging you. Ooh, I don't like to think about it. I can relate to that. Gary murmurs quietly. The thought of so many eyes observing your every move all at once. She trails off, shaking her head. Well, that's just how it is, so. Natsuki says in frustration. Well, I guess in that case, you don't have to worry too much. You won't have to worry. You won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank all of you for performing. Might be difficult. Now that we have a general idea of what it'll be like, we'll all be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure you pick out a poem and show it to me by tomorrow, okay? I'll need to know so I can make the pamphlets over the weekend. I should probably find a different poem to recite. I know you'd prefer to use our own poetry, but I'm probably gonna pick something from a poet I like or something. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Hajime. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club. Yeah, low expectations, huh? More like any effort put in makes me happy in general. Monica smiles at me and then turns a smile at everyone else. And that goes for everyone here. Thanks for going along with these last minute plans. Anyway, and that about does it for today. Let's still try and write poems for tomorrow, okay? I know the festival's coming up, but I've been working on nicely the past few days and I'd like it to continue. Tomorrow we'll finalize who's doing what for the festival, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Remember, we have till Monday. It's gonna be so much fun, I can't wait. We all stand up, packing away our things. However, Monica's voice stops us. Oh, and guys, she pauses, twirling a bit of hair in her hand. This club truly does mean so much to me, and I really appreciate what you're willing to do for it. You guys are the best. In typical fashion, Natsuki just rolls her eyes, Yuri smiles timidly, while Sayori wears a hearty smile. Let's just get it over with. I hope we don't regret this. It's okay, Monica. Nothing to thank us for. We really appreciate what you've made for us. I can't help but catch Yuri muttering under her breath after she says this. Yes, I can do this. Yeah, I love it here. We'll get to spread this cozy little place to other people. Yeah, it's all good, Monica. Alright. I stand up and grab my bag. Well, I'm certainly not as enthusiastic as Monica Sayori about... Or Sayori. Sayori's not really that enthusiastic either. What the... About the festival, I can pull that little daydream stone again. I think I'll be alright. For the sake of the club. Not to mention, impressing the girls. Once I'm fully packed up, I walk over to Sayori. Oh wait, Sayori, wait, well, I don't know why I thought Sayori was Natsuki. Ready to go? Yup. Jeez, don't you ever get tired of walking home with him, or Hajime Sayori? Whoa, what's that supposed to mean? What the? Oh, don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than anything. Hehehe. Dang, Natsuki's getting a little jealous. Soon. Alright. No need to make such a big deal about it. It must be a little nice though. Yeah, I guess. Jeez. Let's just go already, Sayori. Okay. Two of us begin the walk home. A lot has changed in the past few days. Lost in thought, I didn't even notice how quiet Sayori's been until we were almost back home. There's a lot going on in the club now, huh? I bet you're thinking about all the new vice president duties that you have to deal with when the club grows bigger. Yeah. Yeah. Anything specific on your mind? Not really. Sorry, did you want to talk? I mean, we don't have to if you're thinking about stuff. No, it's nice talking to you. I was thinking about something from earlier. It was nice that we, never mind, it's nothing. You're sounding a little like Yuri right now. Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I just have a question for you, Hajime. What's up? Very clears her throat before speaking. Oh, let's just say that one day Natsuki has to walk home with you. What would she do? Wow, what kind of question is that? You kind of putting me on the spot here. Hehehe. Well, I don't know, I kind of want to walk home with Natsuki though. Oh no. I think this game is gonna be like the base game. Oh no. I wish there was an option to say I would walk home with all three of them instead. Or with both of them. Damn, this is only like the third or fourth choice I think that you get, and this is already like the hardest one. I mean, if I'm being honest. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I pressed it. I was like, oh shit. Well, I mean, if she asked me, like, I wouldn't just say no. Oh man, but well, we weren't walking home like before. Like, we just recently started doing it. So like one day when walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down, so... Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? I guess so, yeah. Haha, you admitted it. But it still has nothing to do with what I said. Besides, what's the point of speculating about something that's never gonna happen? I don't know. I guess I just like to think about how different things could be. Why though? Even if I did walk with her, it's not like you'd be replaced or anything. We'd still be friends, right? Sayori looks distant, I guess. Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. Why would she ask a question like that? I don't know. Does walking home with me really mean that much to her? If it does, then I guess I shouldn't take it away from her. Sarah and I part ways without saying another word. I reach my house and open the door. I'm home. No response. I'm alone. As usual. I mumble that part to myself. Talking to myself as if I'm the protagonist of a manga or game. I must be going stir crazy. Yeah, you're going crazy for saying you're going stir crazy, dude. Who the fuck says that? You gotta be kidding me. I'm still on our business trip. She's never home anymore. And I miss her. But I don't blame her for anything. It's hard enough providing for yourself, let alone a kid. Since I'm alone, I decided to make an instant meal for dinner. Digging through my cabinets, find some old soup cups. Miso soup sounds good. Iron up the packaging, pour in some water, and place the meal in the microwave. While it cooks, my mind wanders back to my performance earlier. The daydream was so vivid, so realistic. Can I really pull off that performance again, but this time in front of a crowd? It wasn't even that great in the first place. Doing it in front of the girls was nerve-wracking. Guess I'm not really used to being around people again. Yeah, maybe that's it. Thinking about it, I guess I've kind of been subconsciously isolating myself from people ever since the divorce. Before it even, in some cases. I wonder when I started shunning myself. Maybe that's part of why Sayori and I drifted apart over the past few years. It wasn't intentional or anything, it just happened. At least, I don't think it was intentional. I'm glad I got to reconnect with her in the literature club. Giving me something to do, something to look forward to, that isn't anime or video games. Talking with the girls has made me feel more appreciated. It's a nice feeling, something that's been missing from me ever since the divorce. Maybe that's why Sayori likes walking home with me. It makes her feel appreciated. Sayori. The more I think about it, the more concerned for her I get. She said some pretty weird stuff. But I guess people just have their off days. Maybe she's just changed a little bit over the years. Pretty normal, right? I'd like to think I'd be able to tell if something was up with her. Although given our recent distance, I'm not so sure. Sure, we've started talking again, but there's a lot of lost time. Maybe that'll change, and we'll go back to how we used to keep. And I hope. I already know where this is going. Oh no. And since this game is like more fleshed out, hopefully it's not like even crazier than what I'm thinking it's gonna be. Sugar, anime, vibrant, wait, oh shit. Lollipop, vanilla, shiny, heart, pink, lily, poop, sweet, funny, games, skirt, bubbles, playground, marriage, fuck, Hawaii, Doki doki. Oh man. And the last one here. Nah, don't worry about it. Everyone's late from time to time. Besides, you've been working real hard, so I think you deserve some slack. Yeah, I guess so. I'm usually pretty punctual, but I just lost track of time. Lost track of the time today. What made you forget the time? It's a funny story actually. I recently decided to learn how to play the piano, so I was practicing just now. That's probably why I didn't notice the school bell going off. You play the piano? That's quite impressive. I always wanted to play an instrument myself. And it's not as cool as you make it out to be. I've only been playing for a little while, so I've got a ways to go before I'm any good. You should pick up an instrument too, Yuri. I could definitely see you playing the violin. Yeah, that pretty much sums... Wait. Yeah, that pretty much suits Yuri perfectly. Ah, the violin is a beautiful instrument. I'm partial to the sound of the flute as well. Flutes can be calm and elegant, just like you. Thank you. So, how's it like to play the piano? It's really an enjoyable instrument to play. Yeah, this mod is pretty good so far. I kind of like it. There's a lot more talking, I guess. So it's like way slower for sure, but I kind of like how there's more. Oh, it's like more fleshed out. I've been enjoying it so far. The thing is, it's looking like no spoilers in case, you know. But for like the base game, you know, the base game's like it has its thing, and I feel like this game's going in that direction, so I'm not sure. I'm worried it's gonna get like actually, you know, kind of crazy or something. Since I don't really know much about like the mod besides like it's supposed to be more fleshed out. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes, I guess. Not to mention I really love how it sounds. One moment it can sound gentle and soothing, next powerful and full of force. Piano is an instrument that I'm familiar with too. Well, at least somewhat. My father had signed me up for piano lessons when I was younger. He'd been playing it since high school and wanted to pass his passion down to me. But I never really got into it. Considering that, I'd think I would really hate the piano. But for some reason I find myself internally cheering for Monica. Maybe because it reminds me of my father in a way. Monica, you certainly are a talented individual. Also, I'm not doing my Yuri voice anymore, damn. Well, I'll probably enough here. It's supposed to be kind of a short stream today. I just wanted to do one day. I think I'll leave off here for now. Yeah, the original version of this game is probably still my favorite visual, or like one of my favorite visual novels. Probably my favorite. I haven't played like, you know, all that many, but the original version of this game is really good. So I've been really enjoying this mod. I doubt I'd be able to do that. Oh, don't say that. Anyone can do amazing things as long as they have the passion for it. Which is why I think we're all gonna do amazing at the festival. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be awesome. Natsuki, weren't you just protesting the festival yesterday? Well, obviously I meant everything besides our part of the festival. I don't like the idea of performing. Monica rolls her eyes. I don't want to start this whole debate over again either. But I am looking forward to something else. It's a whole day of school where you just run around and eat till you burst. I can see the eagerness in Natsuki's eyes. She must really like food. Kinda reminds me of a certain someone. Speaking of which, where is Sayori? Oh, there you are. They're sitting on a desk in the back of the room, staring out of the window. I walk over to her. Oh shit, I think it is gonna go in that direction. Oh no. As I do, the other girls continue to converse behind me. Something about squid? Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're missing out again. Ah. Hee hee hee, sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Are you okay? She forces a smile, but not very convincing. Of course I am, silly. Why wouldn't I be? I don't know. You just seem a bit off today. Maybe I'm wrong, but my mind wanders back to what she asked me as we were walking home together. You worry too much, Hajime. I'm fine, seriously. She shows me another smile, much bigger and more genuine. Well, it seems like Sayori, much more Sayori-like. There's still something inside me that feels like something's up. Sayori must have noticed, and she hastens to explain. Tell you the truth, I just didn't get much sleep last night. I'm really tired, so sorry if I seem a little cranky. Seriously though, I'm probably not much fun to hang around with right now. Why don't you spend some time with the others? I might try and have a little nap. Sure, okay. Just, you know that if anything's bothering you, you can just talk to me, okay? I hate to see that you're suffering in silence. She nods. Suffering might be a little strong of a word, hee hee hee. Well, you know what I mean. Sayori nods again, then shoos me away. As I wander off to talk to Monica, that feeling of uneasiness isn't going away. I mean, that's just how Sayori is these days. I mean, it's been a good few years since we've probably hung out together. Maybe she's just changed? Deep down, I know that isn't the reason. Still, maybe Monica knows more than I do. After all, she's the president, right? I timidly approach her. She's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Alright, I'll leave off here for now. I wanted to just do a day. Just do like a 1 hour, short stream. Playing through like one day.